What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Driller, and welcome everyone to WWE Elimination Chamber 2019 review, the show from February 17th, 2019. It will feature the brands of Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live. They were in Houston, Texas, in the Tokyo Center. 205 Live perform on the pre-show. You have Vic Joseph, Nigel McGuinness, and Aiden English as your commentators for 205 Live. You have Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Renee Young as your Raw commentators, and also basically what pertains to Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Renee Young, and also Beth Phoenix. They commentate the women's tag team elimination chamber match. And then you got Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxton that commentated the SmackDown matches. And then you got Corey Graves, Renee Young. No, I'm sorry, excuse me. I think that was it. Yeah, that was basically it for the commentators. And basically, Byron Saxton and Tom Phillips also commentated with Corey Graves for the elimination chamber match, which I'll get to momentarily. But your ring announcers, Greg Hamilton from SmackDown, and for also being a ring announcer for 205 Live on the pre-show. Mike Rome, who is a Raw ring announcer, excuse me. Now I'm starting questioning now what happened with JoJo, because JoJo is always been the ring announcer for Raw, but for some reason she hasn't been on Raw late, being a ring announcer as of late. I don't know what happened with her, but whatever. Excuse me. Interviewers on the show, were Charlie Caruso, Dasha Flinders, and Caleb Braxton. On the pre-show, you had a pre-show panel, which it was Jonathan Coachman, Beth Phoenix, Booker T, and Sam Roberts. Alright, so let's get to the show. So the show opened up first with the pre-show. I did watch the pre-show match. I didn't care anything else about all happened on the pre-show. Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship lasted 13 minutes and 25 seconds. Buddy Murphy coming in as the champion, Akira Tozawa coming in as the challenger. And I thought they put out a very great match to kick off the pre-show. Now, it's bad enough that WWE put the 205 Live wrestlers on the pre-show for the Cruiserweight Championship. But what I find more disrespectful, was that during the match, all of a sudden WWE decided to cut to Caleb Braxton interviewing Kofi Kingston, or should I say Kofi Queerston, because of his match that he's going to be having in the WWE Elimination Chamber pay-per-view inside of the Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. And I see myself, I couldn't wait until you do that during the show. In the middle of the show, I could just easily have Caleb Braxton interview Kofi Queerston before a match even started on that main show. But instead, you decided to do it on the pre-show in the middle of a match that Buddy Murphy and Akira Tozawa were having a great fucking match. You want to talk about slapping the face to these performers? That fucking pissed me off. But in the end, Buddy Murphy ends up going over Akira Tozawa. It was expected. Buddy Murphy is doing one hell of a job being a Cruiserweight champion, and that's basically it. So that was to it. Now we get to the main card. By the way, I should also point out too, this pay-per-view was sponsored by Fighting With My Family, a story about Paige and her family. Which features Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So now we get to the opening show for the main show for WWE Elimination Chamber. Starting off with the Tag Team Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship to crown a new Women's Champion, not first. And props to Beth Phoenix for bringing up the Bomb Angels and, well, the Jumping Bomb Angels and the Glamorous Girls for being former WWF at the time Women's Tag Team Champions back in the 80s. And also talk about more. I'll talk about disrespect, what pertains to WWE, because they want to say first ever Women's Tag Team Champions. No, first ever Women's Tag Team Champions in this company was her name's drawing a blank. Velvet excuse me, Velvet McIntyre and Princess. I'm trying to remember her tag team partner. I think it was Princess Victoria, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was right. Princess Victoria and Velvet McIntyre were the first ever women's tag team champions in WWF history. And also part of this company's history. But yeah, WWE just want to acknowledge that though. But anyways, your participants in the match. You had the Boston Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha Banks. Then you had Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville being called by Fire and Desire. Number 3 entrance was Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan from the Riot Squad. Excuse me. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce of the Iconics. Fabulous Glow, which is Naomi and Carmella. Entrance number 5. Then we get Tamina's Nia Jackson Tamina. And basically, I think on commentary they called them the Simone Slaughterhouse, I guess. But yeah, that was your list of entrants. Now here's your list of eliminations, order of eliminations. Naomi got pinned by one of the Iconics with a roll up in 17 minutes and 10 seconds. Then we get to Billie Kay and Peyton Royce getting eliminated by Nia Jackson, Tamina Snuka after a stereo Simone drops by the Simone Slaughterhouse, I guess, in 20 minutes and 15 seconds. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan from the Riot Squad got eliminated by Tamina Snuka with a super fly splash to both of them in 25 minutes and 5 seconds. Tamina Snuka got pinned by Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville after a diving elbow drop by Bayley in 27 minutes and 5 seconds, basically getting rid of the Simone Slaughterhouse. And during the match too, what pertains to that, Nia Jax ran into the pod doors, which she went through it, the pod glass, and basically the way it was done too, it was so shitty and it wasn't done right. It was just not good at all. But Nia Jax was she's an idiot. She's reckless. She she wouldn't try to hurt herself by doing that. So whatever. But yeah, at least they were gone. So it was up to the first two that started off the match. And then finally we get a decided winner here when Sonya Deville taps out to Sasha Banks of the bank statement, which Sasha Banks did so on her arm for being damaged. So how does she do it? To apply her new modified submission of the bank statement. She decided to pull her leg use her leg. I meant to say, yeah, by doing her her new ways to doing the bank statement onto Sonya Deville, and Sonya Deville taps out. So the match ends in 33 minutes with the Boston Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha Banks as your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Match itself, sloppy, botchy. Couple moves were decent. Couple moves I thought was good. Most of it was from Sonya Deville. Other than that, this show was just a solid match. I'm not gonna say this was garbage, because this was about crowning a new women's tag team champions. I mean, if the match in my opinion was bad or boring, I probably would have given it a thumbs down. I probably would say, yeah, this was not a good match. But I thought the match itself was pretty solid. Nothing I will go back to watch again. So, or potentially this match, but yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, so after the match, Troy Caruso, which I love to call her dumbass Troy Caruso, she interviews the Boston Hug Connection. Bayley was literally speechless. She didn't know what to say. Like literally, she didn't know what to say. So Sasha Banks ends up calling a promo about basically being it was an event. She was kind of saying she doesn't know what to say at this point. But she did have some words to say, and they got these crowds chanting, "You deserve it," whatever. So Sasha Banks was like, we did this. We did it for the women's in the back. We did it for the women's. Basically we did it for everyone. And by the sounds of it, basically saying that we're all winners. Whatever. But there you go. That was that. Next we get to the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, versus the Miz and Shane McMahon, which I call them McMiz. And no, they're not the best tag team in the world. That's an insult to all of the best tag teams from the past, present, and future. To say that they're the best tag team in the world. But it's for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. That's at 14 minutes and 10 seconds. Usos coming in as challengers. The McMiz comes in as champions. But before the match started, first, Miz came out first, and then he introduced Maurice. Maurice came out there, and Miz said that he's going to dedicate his win, for his dad, for Maurice, for Maurice and the Miz's daughter, Monroe. And Maurice also had an announcement to make, along with the Miz. Basically, Maurice did the announcement that she's gonna have another baby. So yeah, Miz and Maurice are gonna have another baby. Hope it's a boy, and congratulations to them. Very good announcement. All right, so now as far as this match was, I thought it was decent. That's just the best thing I could say about this match. I thought it was decent. Shane McMahon was basically looked strong against the Usos. The Miz was not looking that good in the match because he was being doing soft style moves. But I did enjoy Shane McMahon doing the coast to coast to Jimmy Uso. And then he would try to do another one to Jay Uso, but then got caught with a super kick. Shane McMahon at one point went for the leap of faith elbow onto the to Jay Uso on the broadcast table by with the assist of the Miz, and then it was between the Miz and Jimmy in the match, and they're going at it. And I thought some of the spots they did was good, which I thought was pretty decent, and plus with the fact that Shane McMahon was being a stunt man in this match, a glorified stunt man. So Miz goes for the skull crusher finale to Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso is gonna be over, pins him, but Jimmy Uso turns it into the crucifix pin and gets the 3 count in the win, shockingly. And I'm like, yes. So yes, you're winners and new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the true and real best tag team in the world in this generation, the Usos. So yes, I was happy that they won the belts. Now here's the thing with that too. Where it pertains to Jimmy Uso being arrested because of him and his wife Naomi getting in trouble with the law. I didn't think that the Usos was gonna win the tag belts here, but because they did here, won them. That's the reason why. Because the WWE are basically, want to do whatever they can in their powers to make sure that the Usos stays with WWE, because the Usos are set. The contracts are set to be expired this coming April. Basically, I'm assuming maybe after WrestleMania, but it's good, But WrestleMania is in April, so I think that's why WWE decided to put the belts on them. And plus, I think they got bigger plans for the Usos if they do decide to resign with WWE for a longer deal for the Usos, because they're worried that if the Usos doesn't resign, the Usos are willing to leave to go elsewhere, like AEW. Just saying. But yeah, that could be a possibility. But after what happened here, I think the Usos made the decisions. If they do decide to resign, we'll find out when that day comes. But until that time, the Usos are now tag team champions, and let's see what they do with them as tag team champions for SmackDown. But yeah, I'm happy that they won the belts though. And after the match, the Usos, McMiz, basically Miz helps up Shane and all that, and basically Miz was saying he's sorry and all that. Shane was like, it's okay and all that, and then that was it. Next we get to Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, and his partner, Lio Rush, in this handicap match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship in 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So, in this match, I was thinking, Finn Balor was gonna lose by Bobby Lashley, or maybe they'll pull up something unpredictable. For example, Finn Balor becomes the new Intercontinental Champion by pinning Lio Rush in the match. So sure enough, in this match, and by the way, which I thought this match was decent, pretty decent. But the one problem I did have with this match though was this incompetent referee, this black ass incompetent referee got in the way of Lio Rush trying to tag Bobby Lashley. I'm like, this guy's terrible. This referee needs to be fucking fired. I don't give a fuck. He needs to be fucking fired. And is it the first time he's been incompetent as a referee? This guy, he is fucking terrible. And his name is Derek Moore. He looks like a Muppet. If you see how he looks fucking weird. He looks like he's trying to audition in a live action movie of the Muppets. Except he's the Muppet. But anyways, this match, there was some tensions a little bit with Bobby Lashley being annoyed by Lio Rush. So sure enough, Lashley was trying to set for the win here with his spear to oblivion. But then Lio Rush tagged himself in. Bobby Lashley was upset. Lio Rush told him, "I got this," and Finn Balor took over. Because he got some offense. Balor ends up taking out both Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush, and then Balor put Lio Rush back in the ring. Goes for his signature moves. Goes for his finishing move, the coup de grace. Hits it perfectly onto Lio Rush and gets a 3 count in the win. Surprise, in a surprise shock way, in my opinion. I thought that shocked the hell out of me, right? That Finn Balor, ends up becoming the new WWE Intercontinental Champion, and I'm like, wow. I seriously didn't expect him to win, especially when they were teasing some tensions between these two, Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. I didn't expect them to put the belt on Finn Balor the way they did, and sure enough they did. I'm like, wow. Like I said, I didn't see that coming. So yeah, so Finn Balor, they decided to pull the trigger on Finn Balor becoming the new Intercontinental Champion instead of waiting until WrestleMania, where it could have been more of a big deal. In my opinion, it should have been more big deal of that. So, but whatever, right? It's the same, and basically it's the same thing that they did with Bayley 2 years ago, where they could have her give her crown jewel moment of becoming the Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania, instead of waiting on doing it on a random Raw, But this is WWE, but whatever. So that was that match. Then we get to the next match, which fucking pissed me off. Rowdy Ronda Rousey, who came out by the way looking like Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat. So I thought it was a nice outfit that she wore, and plus it takes away also gives her an excuse to not wear those shorts. That way she won't have to keep adjusting her shorts. But the WWE Raw Women's Champion versus Ruby Riott. So the champion Ronda Rousey, the challenger Ruby Riott, and plus Charlotte Flair at ringside, to get a front row seat of this match because it's gonna determine who Charlotte Flair is gonna face at WrestleMania between either Ronda Rousey or Ruby Riott, basically for the Raw Women's title, since Becky Lynch is quote unquote suspended. So the match itself, Ruby Riott loses in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Are you fucking kidding me? So you're telling me back at WWE Evolution, Nikki Bella went on the distance with Ronda Rousey. You had Charlotte Flair go the distance with Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. You had Alexa Bliss to go the distance with Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam and at this pay-per-view from September. I don't remember what it was. I think it was on this cell if I'm mistaken, but I could be wrong. But and also you get Nia Jax who go the distance to Ronda Rousey back in Money in the Bank, and then from TLC you get Sasha Banks this long go the distance with Ronda Rousey at Royal Rumble, and also with Bayley the night after the Rumble on Raw. Hell, they even gave Mickie James an opportunity against Ronda Rousey, which lasted about 2 to 3 minutes, and with Ruby Riott on this pay-per-view Elimination Chamber, you give her only 1 minute and 40 seconds, and just have Ronda Rousey just bury her just like that. Like, what the fuck? You didn't even give her a chance to showcase what she can do against Ronda Rousey at a pay-per-view that making a big deal out of. But at the same time, you know what? They barely made a build-up for these two have a match anyways, because they didn't give a fuck. It was just someone to feed to Ronda Rousey till WrestleMania. This was fucking filler, and this was fucking trash. This was fucking bullshit. This was bullshit to Ruby Riott. This. So yeah, that was fucking bullshit. So after the match, Ronda Rousey, I guess she called Charlotte Flair into the ring, I guess, whatever. And they had this face off. All of a sudden, we get Becky Lynch coming out from the crowd. She's using crutches. I should also point out too, by the way, folks, I forgot to mention this. Before the match started between Ronda Rousey and Ruby Riott, they show a clip of Charlotte Flair having a match against Asuka at a house show, where Becky Lynch came out and attacked Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte Flair took out Becky Lynch by attacking her knee, basically re-injuring the knee. So that's why Becky Lynch came out with a crutch. So she's selling the fact that she's struggling to get to there. She passes a security that just let her go by, even though she's supposed to be suspended. You want to talk about no continuity in pro wrestling? WWE has no continuity. So she gets in the ring, and again, no one stops her. She's supposed to be suspended, and yet no one stops her. They just let her in. So what's the point of her being suspended by Vince McMahon on Raw? If she's going to just come out there and Shakira's just going to, you can go by. I'll just stand here and not do anything. So Becky Lynch gets in the ring. Charlotte Flair is mocking her, because she's coming in there. And all of a sudden she passed. I can't remember how she did it. But basically she went after Charlotte Flair with the crutch, laying it in on her. And then at one point Ronda Rousey got the crutch, not taken away from her or anything. I think Becky Lynch made a toss to her or something like that, and then I guess Becky Lynch wanted Ronda Rousey to get her revenge from Survivor Series because Charlotte Flair, who attacked Ronda Rousey with a candlestick at one point at Survivor Series. So she wanted Ronda Rousey to get some kind of payback. So Ronda Rousey took her eye off the ball of Becky Lynch, I meant to say, and Becky Lynch just started going right to Ronda Rousey with the crutch, and was laying it in on Ronda Rousey, and at one point caught her in the head and bust her open. Not that bad, but yeah, you saw there was some blood there, and she basically attacked both Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair with a crutch, and now we get securities, and now we get officials coming out to take away Becky Lynch. So you're telling me you're gonna wait until something implodes just to take her away? You couldn't just do it before that. That again made no fucking sense. But whatever, right? What garbage. That's what it was, garbage. But I love that Becky Lynch came out there though. But what I didn't like about the whole thing with Becky Lynch coming out there was the fans, and why I asked that. Because the fans decided to chant to Becky Lynch, "She's the man." And from there, I just threw my hands up in the air and like, you know what? I give up. You want to call her the man? Fine, just call her the man all you want. And yes, I know what Becky Lynch meant when she for those who watch the WWE Chronicles that features Becky Lynch. I know what she meant about. In fact, I got right here. Let me educate all ya. By the way, does this remind you about me educating someone like a Roman Hall? Just saying. Let me educate you all right now. Okay, the man, Becky Lynch, right? Becky Lynch is it was her idea. Where the whole man started back when where she it was basically after the Evolution pay-per-view. I'm assuming that's when she said that it was her idea. Either before or after the Evolution pay-per-view that she said that the whole man thing that she came up that came up in WWE about her being called the man was all Becky Lynch's idea. And she's doing workouts like a man, like a man will do, And she wants to Ronda Rousey because the whole thing with her being taken out of the match because of Nia Jax, from the whole Survivor Series. That was supposed to happen, but things changed because she got hurt. And then she talks about how she's not talking about gender, pertains to male and female, but she's talking about, and also she's talking about she was saying that she's not a man. She says she's the man. So basically, giving us a difference of what of a man and the man, And she says, the man is the top dog like Ric Flair, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who always says, to be the man, you gotta be the man. Woo! And then she's saying how, she's saying being the man is about believing in yourself. And she says you're the man if you run a mailroom, and you're the man if you're a woman running a fortune company. It doesn't matter what type of fortune company you work for. But in one business, in one company, whatever, either way, there can only be one man, and that's the man, Becky Lynch. And that, my friends, was something that I wanted to educate you all, what pertains to Becky Lynch being the man. And yes, I get it. That's what what they mean about Becky Lynch being the man, but it's still fucking stupid. But you know what? Whatever. I give up. You want to call her the man? Fine. Call her the man all you want, and chant all this whole she's the man bullshit all you want now. I'm not getting behind that. I'm still a fan of Becky Lynch. I'm still getting behind Becky Lynch, but I can't get behind the persona of her being the man. And that's all I want to say about that. Okay, folks, I forgot to mention something about the match between Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. I failed to mention this. After the match, when Finn Balor won the match, Bobby Lashley was frustrated at Lio Rush. Lio Rush was trying to apologize to Bobby Lashley for losing the title. Bobby Lashley was frustrated. He at one point tried to turn on Lio Rush, and the fans were cheering for it. And then Bobby Lashley decided not to do it, and the fans booed. And Lashley was like, "I accept your apology." And then all of a sudden, he decided to just turn on Lio Rush and basically one arm slams him down with a spine buster, and a couple fans cheer. And that was it. Bobby Lashley leaves after that, and he was looking frustrated after that too. So WWE decided to do that face turn out of nowhere to Leo Rush. They didn't even try to build this up at one point, folks. They didn't bother trying to build this up. I meant to say that's what I meant to say, and that basically just came out of nowhere. Like, what the hell, you know? So that part I forgot to mention, folks. So there you go. And why did I mention that? Oh yeah, yeah. I can't. Yeah, cause I forgot to mention it. That's why. But also, there's some reason why I mentioned that too. Because I was gonna, either way, I was gonna mention that either way because of what will happen next. So now we get to Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman in a no disqualification match. It lasted 10 minutes and 50 seconds. I didn't care about this match at all. I barely paid attention to this match whatsoever. I was basically in and out of this match. But they had tables, they had steel steps, they had ladders. No, actually, no ladders. I meant chairs. I meant to say. Other than that, I don't know what else they missed in this match. I just didn't care about this match at all. Baron Corbin sucks. Baron Corbin's boring. He's still wearing the that uniform on, like he's a waiter of TGR Fridays. So Braun Strowman was he was getting the upper hand on Baron Corbin. Then Drew McIntyre comes out. He has a steel chair, and then from behind, no, not Baron Corbin. I was going to say Baron Corbin. Bobby Lashley comes out with a steel chair to attack Braun Strowman from behind with a steel chair, and basically all three men will start beating up on Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman tried to fight back, but no avail. So they got Braun Strowman set up for a triple powerbomb through two tables, and Baron Corbin just beats him. So Braun Strowman got beaten up by Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley, who didn't turn face. It was just, because we all thought he turned face after turning on Leo Rush. Just for him to come back out there and he's still a heel. And another thing that happened in this match, what pertains to Braun Strowman against these three guys, no one came out there to help him. Not Kurt Angle, not Finn Balor, not Dolph Ziggler, not even Nicholas. Yeah, you probably get what I mean by that, right? But yeah, no one helped Braun Strowman. And yet, WWE decided to do this whole thing with Finn Balor, not Finn Balor, excuse me. WWE decided to do this whole thing with Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley to beat up on Braun Strowman in a way to protect Braun Strowman from losing to Baron Corbin in this no disqualification match, where anyone couldn't interfere. And I'm watching this match, and I was just sitting down watching this match and laughing my ass off because how bad this match was. But there you go. Yeah, I thought the match was trash. So in case you didn't catch that. So now we get to the final match. For the WWE Championship inside of the Elimination Chamber. And your entrance in the match. And keep in mind, Randy Orton, who won the Gauntlet Battle Royal, the Gauntlet match, I meant to say. The Gauntlet match. From SmackDown to get the last entrance into the Elimination Chamber. But as far as the rest of the guys, this was the entrance. Your of entrance. Daniel Bryan as number 1, who's the WWE champion. He first came out with Eric Rowan, but then Eric Rowan was sent to the back. Rowan. Samoa Joe, number 2. Kofi Kingston, number 3. He first came out with the New Day as well, and then the New Day left. After Kofi Kingston came out, or AKA, should I say, Kofi Kingston. Number 4 was AJ Styles, and number 5 was Jeff Hardy, and you already know Jeff that Randy Orton was the final entrance into the chamber. So now your order of eliminations, I kind of expected this, but yeah, Samoa Joe was gone by AJ Styles with a phenomenal forearm in 14 minutes and 35 seconds. Then we get to Jeff Hardy, getting eliminated by Daniel Bryan with a running knee in 18 minutes. And by the way, Jeff Hardy, he did a swanton bomb off the pod onto AJ Styles on the turnbuckle. I'm like, holy shit, that was incredible. Also, I also want to say this too. Smojo did a good job in the chamber. He basically was chopping Daniel Bryan's chest, lining his chest up, and like, wow, it was that's Smojo at his best. AJ Styles, he also did a good job in the chamber match. AJ Styles, he's always good. So he's one of the best all-around wrestlers in the world. So obviously he was going to be doing good in this match. But AJ Styles gets eliminated by Randy Orton after an RKO after his failed attempt to try to go for the phenomenal forearm to, I think, Kofi Kingston, but Orton caught him and called him the RKO, and AJ Styles was gone in 22 minutes and 25 seconds. And then Randy Orton gets eliminated by Kofi Kingston with the Trouble in Paradise in 24 minutes and 5 seconds. So basically, Kofi Kingston got his revenge for Randy Orton from 10 years ago. The whole thing with Randy Orton RKOing Kofi Kingston. And then, well, when he was called the Control Frenzy, the Kofi Kingston I used to be a fan of. Randy Orton RKOs him, and then the whole thing with Randy Orton shouting out stupid to Kofi Kingston. Yeah, it was that time. If anybody remember that. But yeah, this is Kofi Kingston's revenge, to get Orton, for all those years. And now it was up to Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan, the final two. Daniel Bryan started this off first. Kofi Kingston was number 3. People were chanting for Kofi Kingston. They kept chanting Kofi, 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 and they kept chanting New Day, New Day, New Day, or New Day Rocks, something like that. I don't know. No, New Day Rocks, New Day Rocks. I don't know. And I listen to these crowds chanting for Kofi Kingston. I say to myself, so you mean to tell me all these times you could have cheered for Kofi Kingston? Let's get him out of the whole New Day thing. Let's talk about Kofi Kingston as the Jamaican character Kofi Kingston, and then after when Triple H decided to say, wait a minute, what happened to your accent? Are you your Jamaican accent? Because they wanted him to move away from his joke character of being Jamaican. Well, he wasn't actually being booked as a joke, but he had to do a Jamaican accent. Because that's supposed to be his character. He's supposed to be a guy from Jamaica. So Kofi, the whole thing with Kofi Kingston having a Jamaican accent, and then move away from that accent to being the Control Frenzy, being a guy who's going to be pushed as a serious wrestler, a serious singles wrestler to be taken seriously. That time, and also the Kofi Kingston that also do all these spots, these Kofi Kingston spots to survive in the Royal Rumble, the Battle Royal. He's done it in the New Day too as well. But you're telling me y'all couldn't be cheering for Kofi Kingston all this fucking time. And again, let's not include the new Kofi Kingston in the New Day. You could tell me so you're telling me y'all could have cheered for Kofi Kingston during that time when he was being pushed as a singles wrestler, and his time with being with CM Punk, and with his time being with R-Truth, and with his time being with Evan Bourne, Matt Sydal. You could have told me y'all telling me y'all could have been behind him, with him being Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, and also him doing some cool high flying spots in ladder matches, Money in the Bank ladder matches, and and also having some good matches with these couple guys and all that. Y'all telling me I couldn't get behind that Kofi Kingston before, but because he's in the New Day, and let's talk about the New Day too. By the way, when the New Day was first formed back in 2014, around November at the time, where I'm assuming it was around November or December, one of those months. that the New Day was supposed to be a preacher type of thing where they're all about the power of positivity, and they have choirs. They're about dancing, dancing like almost like a Jimmy Fox type of way, kind of like how Jimmy Fox is. I mean, not Jimmy Fox. James Brown, meant to say. Excuse me, James Brown. That type of thing, with him, with the whole preaching and all that, and the dancing like James, like James Brown, that was that was what New Day was supposed to be about. And then when they turn heel, they end up, they start acting like, we're still good guys and all that, right? And we're about power, positivity, and New Day rocks and everything, right? And then later on, as they're getting all over with the heel acts, all of a sudden they start randomly coming out by saying booty, and then they say they have magic powers, and they got the magic of unicorn horns like that, horns up. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to do it. Fuck yeah, for the thing that I was gonna do that. And then they came up with Booty cereal, and then Booty juice, and then they all start dancing, skipping, Booty popping, and all that fucking gay shit. And then Biggie with his gyrating and spanking other dudes ass, and then the whole thing with the whole pancakes in Biggie's crotch, but. Basically, the New Day that I was I wanted to get behind at the time, when they with them with being preachers, I tried to get behind that, but WWE failed to give them those type of personalities to make me give a fuck about them. But then when they turned heel, I started to get behind them because they were starting to do something funny and all that, and then also when they start coming up with all these with these phrases that I mentioned, where it pertains to New Day's or what New Day has become. With all this faggot shit, carrying themselves like bitches. I'm not a fan of that. That's why I stopped being a fan of the New Day, and that's why I stopped being a fan of Kofi Kingston, which I call him Kofi Kingston, and I lost all respect of this motherfucker. And you're telling me, y'all couldn't get behind. Y'all didn't want to get behind that Kofi Kingston. Y'all telling me y'all couldn't get behind the Kofi Kingston before the New Day, but because he's part of this New Day with the way they carry himself right now, all of a sudden you're getting behind Kofi Kingston of being a world champion, to become a world champion if he did against Daniel Bryan. If this wasn't the Kofi Kingston who's been a New Day and carrying himself like a bitch, if he was just if he was the old Kofi Kingston, with being the Control Frenzy, fine. For 10 years ago, fine. I would have been okay with it. I would have been good with it. But this Kofi Kingston, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of this Kofi Kingston. I'm not a fan of how he carries himself. I'm not a fan of him being part of New Day, especially how they carried themselves too. Fuck that. So I'm glad Daniel Bryan won. And 36 minutes and 4 seconds was, by the way, he won with the right knee. And I thought Kofi Kingston in this match, he did some couple slapping moves to Samoa Joe and one with Daniel Bryan. So yeah, fuck this guy. Fuck Kofi Kingston. He's fucking garbage. Just like the rest of New Day and Biggie and Xavier Woods. All three of them are fucking garbage. And as far as this Chambers match was, Daniel Bryan won, and I thought the match was good. The only thing that I hate about this match was Kofi Kingston. So there you go. My moment of the night: Becky Lynch attacking Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey with a crutch, which I thought was pretty cool. Entrance of the night: Ronda Rousey dressed up like Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat. Move of the night: Jeff Hardy's Swanton Bomb off the pod onto AJ Styles on the turnbuckle, which was pretty nasty and cool. Finish of the night: Finn Balor's Coup de Grace. Performance of the night: Finn Balor. And match of the night: the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship, which features Daniel Bryan, still the WWE champion, versus AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, and Samoa Joe. Now, even though I said the elimination chamber match for the men's was my match, was my match of the night, but at the same time, Kofi Kingston was fucking trash in this match. And my overall scoring for the WWE Elimination Chamber, based on what happened with Ruby Riott, and the whole thing with the match with Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin, with that booking, and the whole thing with Kofi Kingston, my overall and in this show overall, which some with it being filler, and on top of that, putting the WWE Cruiserweight Championship title match in the pre-show. And then what they did on during that match too, by having Kayla Braxton interviewing the New Day, basically Kofi Kingston during the match, which I thought the match was great. Buddy Murphy and Akira Tozawa, just that disrespect pissed me off. But Daniel Bryan left as WWE champion, which I thought that was good. So I'm gonna go 3 out of 10. Yes, 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 yes. Daniel Bryan. There you go. That being said, thank you all for watching. It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets, and fuck Kofi Kingston. He's fucking garbage.